All right, welcome back, Prospects Live viewers. We are back with another 2020 MLB Draft team preview. Up next is the Los Angeles Dodgers. Of course, joining me today from Future Dodgers is Justin Lorber. Justin, welcome to the show. Jumping in a little bit here with the Los Angeles Dodgers draft history, of course, is one of the better organizations overall in all of baseball. They do a great job of drafting, developing, and just in general identifying talent. Just looking at their last few first-round picks, last year they had a couple, and Michael Busch out of UNC, then Cody Hosey out of Tulane, and then going back a year, a guy that's draft eligible actually in 2020, again, is JT Ginn, a player that did not sign. They're going a year back is Jaron Kendall out of Vanderbilt. But they're a team that seems to find value across the board in the draft. So, Justin, talk to me a little bit about what you think their approach is going to be this year, not just in the first round, but really throughout the full five.
Well, at the top of the draft, they've typically stuck to best player available. We've started to hear rumors of this year about teams not wanting to even spend their full bonus allotments because of cash flow problems. That's a problem that the Dodgers, being the big market team they are, shouldn't really have, hopefully. And they should be able to just stick to the usual plan and go best player available at each of their slots.
Awesome. Where do you think they're going to end up going in terms of, what have you heard rumored in terms of, particular players, names, etc.?
So we've seen both of the Mississippi State middle infielders, Justin Foscue and Jordan Westburg, get linked to them a little bit. I think both would fit. There might be some recency bias in there with Hosey and Busch being taken last year, but that certainly doesn't mean it's wrong. Daniel Cabrera is another guy who has been linked to them a little bit. Dylan Dingler as well, with his positional versatility and athleticism, though it seems like now he might go well before pick 29 and never get to them in the first place.
So who do you hope, or who do you expect the Dodgers to go after at 29 in particular?
If I had to take a pick on a projection, I think Jordan Westburg. I think, you look at the Cape performance last year, and he's still a little more of a projection over performance guy for a college player, at least. That 6'3" frame, he hasn't gotten to all of his power yet, and he has the ability to stay at short. I think the Dodgers, with what they do on the offensive side developmentally, would be a really good organization for him to come into and try to reach that full potential.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree. Now, is that where you'd hope the Dodgers go? I mean, would that be your potential pick if you were, crowned the GM of the Dodgers tomorrow, Justin?
If I were picking and there weren't one of these top prep players on the board, like a Nick Bittstrow or a Tyler Soderstrom, I think my pick would be CJ Van Eyck, the right-handed pitcher out of Florida State. He's shown 3 above-average pitches, not always at the same time. He added a slider in the offseason that looked good. The big question with him has been putting everything together at once and the command. The walks have been up every single year, but his arm is electric. And I think the Dodgers would, again, be the type of organization that would be able to optimize what he does.
Yeah, I think any player, especially an arm that gets drafted by the Dodgers, especially a college guy like that, where, he's never really been able to put it together. The command, the control's been, up and down, but that's an organization that can definitely get the most out of him. We know how they've been on the cutting edge, with Honeycutt and biomechanics and all that sort of stuff. So I feel like any player that gets drafted by the Dodgers always seems to get a boost post-draft, just in terms of how people project that player out to be. So, Justin, but thank you very much for joining me today. And thanks, viewers, for watching. That was the Los Angeles Dodgers draft preview. We're going to be back rolling through all 30 teams.